everything on vibrate so that way we don't get any weird interference during the stream. Let me move this really quick so I could lay down properly. And I could. Hello, Slev. Hello, Yosuke. How are you all doing? You could all pretend that you're on top of me and taking me as your own. Stev. Is it Stev or Steve? I don't want to mispronounce. And the way it's spelled, it has me to believe it's Stev. But sorry, I might have said Slev. I'm so sorry. It was hard to read. It's the first one. Steve or Stev? I'm gonna call you S. How are you doing, S? Or I could call you Gur. I could call you Gur if you want me to. Hello, Rodrigo. How are you doing? How's my wolf fam doing? My wolf fam great. Currently, hey Kai, what's up? Currently, I am in LA. I could show you the best view I got of LA right now. I'm in my hotel. It is currently 4 in the PM. Hello, Yarshk. What's up? How are you doing? Are you ready to see the best view I got of LA? Why is there like 4,000 different one of these things? This is one, two, three, four. I really don't think we need these many things for pushing the blinds and stuff. But hello, El Rio. Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Tú bien? All right, I got this. I got the best view of LA right now. You ready? Here we go. Three, two, one. Yeah, so this is my hotel's view. I don't even know what's going on over there. That hotel looks worse than mine. In fact, I don't even think it's running. That one's got like some sort of, what is that? Is that like aluminum foil? And that's not even like a piece of wood. That's just a cardboard like thing. That's actually disturbing. That's sad actually. Oh shoot, there's a guy right there. I hope he doesn't see me. But yeah, this is beautiful. This is the life. This is what I live. This is my actual for real full life. And there's like 20,000 cars right here. Why is there like, look, there's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine cars parked right here. Right here. Why would anyone need these many automobiles in their, well, maybe they don't belong to one person, but they definitely look like they do. But yeah, I'm in LA. Check it out. There's mountains. It rained a little bit earlier. And now you could actually see what's going on up there. You could see the actual nature, what Mother Nature has to offer for us little children that we are in her eyes, the human race of sorts. But yeah, right now it's just me. Um, this is an empty location. The person that I'm hanging out with, they currently stepped out for a bit. They've been out for like, oh, I want to say like 3 hours or so. Well, it's 1, 2, 3. No, 2 hours. And they should be getting back maybe around 5. I don't really know, but for now, it could just be you and me, as well as the five of you. Hey, Chemical, how are you doing? How are you doing? Did you get to see the awesome view that I had? Um, of me looking at like all the like vehicles that are used for kidnapping children, apparently, according to Steve. Steve. Steve! It looks like it came from Minecraft. Probably did. You know, the weird thing is, I didn't know because I went out. I went out and I got. Look at that. I went out and I got some Mountain Dew from Taco Bell. There was Baja Blast, but I think I drank it all because I tried to get some before I left, and it was all gone. So I probably sucked it all out. And now that Taco Bell is gonna like go out of business, but I stepped out and then I came back like an hour or so later, and I noticed that the entire like hotel was just cleaned. Like the bed when I left it, it was just like a mess, and the pillows were like everywhere. I like shat on the bed. I smeared it on the walls. I went in the bathroom and threw up. But when I came back, I noticed that everything was prim, pristine, and proper. So I think they didn't say anything, but I think they just had someone come in and just do a little bit of housekeeping. And I noticed there were some things moved around, as well as like some like of course like the bed was like made, but like the towels were like there was towels. Oh, let's look at the bathroom. Actually, the bathroom's pretty cool. So you could look at my feet. There you go. It's my bag. That's a thing right there. What is this? Oh, there's also this thing. This is like a, I don't know. I think this is like a weapon or something. It's got water in it, but I know I could use this to beat somebody over the head with because it's really sharp right here. I could probably pick it up like this and just jam it down into someone's head. It's not an iron. I don't think it looks like an iron. So where the fuck? So this is the bathroom. Check me out. Hello, hello. This is the sink. It goes like this. It's for hotel self-defense. For whenever I just take a shit on the floor and they're like, we gotta take this guy out. He's a biohazard to everybody. Hello, Dark Madness. How are you doing? Here's the toilet. I took a dump in here like 5 minutes before I started the stream, and not one, but two rolls of toilet paper right here. Two of them. That is luxury. This isn't even like a 4-star or 5-star hotel, but they provide that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm getting so much value out of this. And oh, also, I've talked about it before, but here's the Bible, because every hotel has to have a Bible. So if you feel like becoming a religious person, or if you already are a religious person, you could just take this out and just take a look at it. Are you alone, depressed, addicted, stressed, cheated, experience conflict or temptation, considering suicide, curious, needing hope, peace, joy, comfort, purpose, God, forgiveness? Read on or watch on, because you don't need any of this. You just need my stream. But yeah, I've always joked about how it's like kind of like a scavenger hunt whenever you go into a hotel room, because they always provide a Bible, right? They always put a Bible in here for those who do practice religion. Oh, also, what the? No way, no way. Did they actually mess this up? They messed this up. This painting was perfect when I left, but now it's like slightly ajar. Look at this. Look, hold on. Hold on. You need to see last Bible. No, that's the first Bible. When I stop going to hotels, that will be the last Bible. That was last Bible one. It's not an SMT reference. Not everything is an SMT reference, dude. Oh, shoot. Speaking of which, I want to talk about that. But first, that is freaking awful. That is horrible. They messed that up. That's a good painting, by the way, but they messed that up. And now I have to fix it. I don't even work here and I gotta fix this. Look at this. Oh no. How could they? No way. Oh my god. Here we go. Let me fix this. Okay. Okay. Hold it like that. Okay. And just a little bit. I gotta level it out a bit. Smidge. Just a smidgen. And, all right. There we go. Hey, look at that. Watch. This is content. Oh, it's a little bit. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. This is peak content. But funny thing about Persona and SMT and stuff, I have a lot to talk about because that looks good enough. It's good enough. But anyways, I have a lot to talk about because yesterday I went to Pasadena Comic Con. So currently I'm not in Pasadena. I'm outside of Pasadena. Pasadena is in LA, by the way, for those who are not natives of California or for those who just don't live in the US. Pasadena is within LA. It's one of the cities in the super mega ultra metropolis that is Los Angeles. And there was a convention there. And me and a friend went, and it was my first time ever going to a convention. The ghost moved it. No, there's no ghost. I think it was the housekeeper. She messed up or something, and now the painting was messed up, and I had to fix it. I'm not getting a paycheck. I'm not getting anything, and I'm sad because I don't have a job anymore. I could talk about that, but they had to go and ruin my day with that. 0 out of 10. I'm gonna leave a Yelp review and be like, you know what? You know what? Everything was going well. Then boom, crooked picture. I had to do something about it. I had to fix it. I had to be the repairman in this instance. And when I'm on vacation, I don't want to think about work. Who put you in LA? Your mom. Hey, no, I'm just kidding. It looks edible. Eat it. No, I'm not gonna eat the freaking painting, dude. You guys are crazy, man. Crazy. But anyways, Pasadena Comic Con. It was an interesting sort of thing. Like I said, I've never been to a Comic Con or convention or anything of the sort. I have been to a thing that's called con, like X Con, not X Con, but it's like, something something con. But it was way different from that. This was on a slightly different level. It was kind of, similar in what it had to offer, but the main thing was it was just a bunch of vendors. There was a lot of tables, a lot of booths that you could go to and you could view someone's wares or, in the instance of a Comic Con, they had people, famous people that you could go up to and get like, hey Josh, how are you doing? How did you lose Angelus? Because I strayed away from God and I started praying to our dark lord Satan. So I lost the angels, and now I'm a part of the dark side. Hello, you want me to eat the toilet paper, Yosuke? Sure. Sailing ship. Should I eat the toilet paper? I'm gonna put this on you. By the way, what's up, sailing ship? I'm sorry for having to put all this stressful situation on you, but should I eat the toilet paper, as Yosuke is asking? By the way, thank you so much for the super chat. Eat it, Rodrigo. It doesn't matter. I'm not. Eat it. Eat it. Should I eat it? Okay. Sailing ship did say I should eat it, so I think I will eat it. All right. You know what? All right. For the toilet dark lord. Are you saying Satan resides within our toilets? He's not that kind. Like I know there's a demon. Okay, fine, fine. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll eat it right now. Okay, hold on. Just give me a second. Just sit right there. Sit right there. You're sitting, right? I need you to. I'm gonna ask this from you. You sit down right now. Sit down. Okay? Are you sitting? Are you sitting? Hey, Aerith, how are you doing? Aerith, you came at the worst possible time. I have to eat toilet paper now. Are you sitting? Are you sitting? I'm having fun in LA. Thank you so much. I'm within my seat. Sailing ship, that's all that matters. If you are the one that's sitting down, that's good enough for me. All right. I'll be right back. Give me a second. I'm going to get some toilet paper. Ay, ay. Things I do for love. The things I do for love. Apparently, at that comic book convention, there was the guy that did the Courage the Cowardly Dog's voice. Courage, I don't want you to die. Don't worry, I won't die. A funny thing is, I used to eat paper a lot when I was a kid. Um, and I used to eat it like almost on the daily whenever I would go to school because I would usually not like be satisfied with my breakfast, right? So I would take like, pieces of like my notebook paper, just rip it off, and then I would just like, wad it up, and then I would put it in my mouth and I would just let it like dissolve before chewing it and swallowing. I mean, the toilet paper itself isn't dangerous if it isn't used. The cool thing is that like I was talking about earlier, I walked in and housekeeping, fixed everything up. They fixed the bed and all that. They cleaned some stuff around. I hope they. I remember seeing in like a corner right here. Let me check really quick. I saw in a corner. It might be a fresh roll, but oh no, they didn't clean it. They didn't clean it because over here there's like some weird brown stuff. And I noticed that yesterday, and I really didn't want to raise a stink about it. Also, by the way, check it out. I have like reflective like socks and all that. I know, I'm a badass. But I bought those boots when I went to Oregon, by the way. I used to chew my shirts. You'll be fine. I'm not worried about anything. But because, like I said, I used to eat paper. Anyways, here we go. I'm gonna eat the toilet paper. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you cool? Socks are cool. You should smell them. They smell even cooler. I'm not gonna eat the weird brown stuff. If you actually do like give me a super chat, I will not eat it. I'm sorry. At least season it with what? Like my shit? My piss? What do you want me to do? Oh, I know what I could do. Hold on. Hold on. I could do this. I'm gonna season it with some Mountain Dew. Alright. Okay. I've seasoned it with some Mountain. Oh my god, this is the worst Mountain Dew I could have chose because it's all yellow and stuff. It looks like I pissed on it. It's gross. Oh my god, here we go. Ready? It's not Baja Blast. I know. I talked about it. I think I drank all the Baja Blast at that Taco Bell. All right, here we go. Three, two, one. Oop. I got some water on the crap. I got it on the freaking the bed. Oh, there's a big ring. Sorry. mm. What would I hesitate about? It's just toilet paper. I've eaten paper before. I'm an expert. I actually gotten 5 gold medals in paper eating competitions. Immediate thoughts? Kind of rough. A bit more rough than I'm used to, actually. I mean, I know what the point is. I'm not gonna eat the toilet itself. Did I eat the gold? No, I did not eat the gold. Maybe I should eat the painting. Maybe you guys are right about eating the painting, but mm, it's okay. It's just a bit tough. It's a bit tough. It's like getting a well done steak, a really well done steak, and it's very hard to chew through. So you kind of have to let it sit in your mouth, and you get like your jaw gets tired because you're just chewing nonstop. Take a bite of the fuck of that. I am not eating the roll. Mm, I think I will swallow whole. Should I swallow it? I think I could swallow it. The type of painting are we talking about? When I'm chewing something and my jaw gets exhausted? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Mm. But yeah, that's why I usually get my steaks at. You can see a little bit of like the toilet paper in my tongue still. Mm, 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 mm. I'm not gonna. I can't slurp the toilet paper. It's gone. But yeah, that's why I usually get my steaks like medium rare or something, because I don't care what people say. I don't care what people say. If there's a little bit of pink, hello, Polor, you just missed it. I ate a piece of toilet paper. How are you doing? Polor, hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Lobo 397. I don't know why I'm speaking in Spanish right now. No, no te gusta habla Espanol. But I'm glad you're doing good. Anyways, I'm gonna get to the meat of the stream, which is talking about Pasadena Comic Con. And like I said, it was my first time really going to a real Comic Con, um, and it was quite interesting. But the thing is, while it was interesting, it wasn't like there wasn't a lot to do unless you really wanted to buy stuff, right? Because there was panels. My friend wasn't interested in the panels, and I mainly went because they wanted to go. And they're like, "Do you want to go?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I do." And I went. They weren't interested in panels, and if they're not interested, I'm not gonna go on my own because I don't know anyone around here. They know people, so like I stayed with them, and I kind of just like did the rounds with them because they were just like seeing their peeps. Were there any babes? No. But there was a lady dressed up as a character from Mortal Kombat, and her butt was like just out there. It was just like just shaking everywhere, and it's just like with every step, it was just like, and I'm like, "Ugh," not like I'm not gonna do anything weird, right? I have enough. Not Chun Li. Chun Li's from Street Fighter. This is Mortal Kombat I'm talking about. But like, I'm not a weird person, really. I know I act weird on stream, but I understand the proper procedures when it comes to being normal in a social situation like that. I'm not gonna do anything weird to to that lady because she's just dressed up as her favorite character for Mortal Kombat. I'm not gonna be like, I want your butt or whatever. But in a location like that with a lot of, interesting, interesting, socially awkward individuals, myself included, but not to that extent. It's very brave, but I think she had a handler, so she didn't have to really worry about much. But there was a lot of cosplayers. There was a lot of cosplayers. There were some people dressed up as like, Genshin Impact, like I said, Mortal Kombat, which color she was wearing, and I'll tell you the MK. She was wearing blue. So is that like Katana or something? Katana. I think she also had a mask as well. I think. I might be wrong. It was definitely Scorpion. No, no, this was a woman. Unless it was like a Scorpion like gender bent cosplay. Katana? Okay, Katana. All right, all right, all right, all right. Most likely. What's the purple one? I like her. She's cool. I like when she takes off her mask and she has like a bunch of teeth and she's like Sub-Zero gender. There was a Sub-Zero, I should say, Sub-Zero cosplayer. And the cool thing is like, of course, Sub-Zero is like, maybe my favorite character in Mortal Kombat just because of the pure fact that he shoots like ice and stuff. And I think that's awesome. But this cosplayer he had like this weird prop where it was like a skull and the spine of like someone. So he was just holding that the whole time. And every single time I'd walk past him, I would have to like make way so that way he wouldn't like smack me with his weird like skeleton sword or whatever it looked like. And I thought that was cool. There was a group of people dressed as the Ghostbusters. Apparently, they're called like it's their that's their thing. They're called like the Los Angeles Ghostbusters. They had their own booth. I didn't bother going to it because I really don't care too much about Ghostbusters. I've seen it and I thought it was okay. Um, and I was like, I mean, I guess it's kind of funny. I didn't think it was that funny. It's certain. TF2 cosplayers. No, but I did spot there's like TF2 action figures, which I did not know existed because I know TF2 is popular, but I didn't know it was popular to the extent that there was like actual toys and stuff made of it. And I spotted that and I was like, what? No Joker Persona 5s. Nope. But there was something even better, Persona related. So I was talking about it earlier, how there's famous people that set up their little booths and stuff, and you could go walk up to them and like talk with them, and all that. And guess who was there? I want you to guess who was there at the comic book convention yesterday. Take a wild guess. There was no Among Us cosplayers. Pyro and Heavy. It was a soldier. It was a soldier action figure. What is TF2? I've never heard of it. I mean, I've heard of it, but never seen it. Team Fortress 2. It's a multiplayer class-based shooter, kind of like Overwatch, but way before Overwatch was a thing. It's pretty good. Yuri Lowenthal. You're close. You're very close. Not Yuri Lowenthal. Hey, Starkiller, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Not Yuri Lowenthal, but here it is. It's freaking Johnny Young Bosch was there. Johnny Young Bosch, the guy who voices Adachi, the guy who voices Yu Narukami, Persona 4 man, he was there. And so there's a lot of people that had booths. A lot of there's Power Rangers people. There was a guy from freaking Rocky Horror Picture Show. Um, he was there. Crazily enough, he was also in like nearby my hometown as well. Um, but yes, Johnny Young Bosch was there, and while everybody kind of had like sort of kind of busy booths and all that, yeah, you did ace it. Good job, dude. Later, Steve. You have a good one. Bye bye. No Doomslayer cosplay, unfortunately. That'd be cool though. But his booth was the most packed. There was an actual line there. It was like a line that went from. I want you to imagine Johnny Young Bosch's booth at one corner of the building, and just imagine a line going all the way, like on the side of that wall where the corner is at. It's just going all the way around, and it's like kind of like scoping the perimeter. It's going from like this. It starts from here, and it went for miles on it, and it was unending. There was people going in there, coming out, going in. It was just always long, except for when me and my friend and some other people like saw it like later during the day. It was like a really short line for some reason, and it didn't stay like that for the whole time. But when we got in, it was really short. So we got in, and we weren't really intending to see Johnny Young Bosch. I wasn't intending to see him at all. But we got in. It was a pretty short wait. I want to say like maybe 10 minutes or something. I was able to like jump out, and I mean, I know 10 minutes doesn't seem that long. He is just that popular. Everyone loves that guy. Everyone, no one would stop talking about him. Everybody would make like comments about the line and stuff like that. And it's for good reason, because we eventually got to him. Me and my friend and another friend, my friend's friend, we got up to him, and we started talking to him, and it was a really really weird experience, because I know he's a voice actor and all, but just hearing him talk normally, you can just hear like the character's voice. You could hear Yu Narukami, you could hear Adachi and stuff like that. And I was like, I walked up. I was like, I got this. I got this. I'm cool. I'm cool. And I walked up, and then like I was standing in front of him, and he was like looking and talking to me and my friend. And at that point, I couldn't hold it anymore. I couldn't hold the cool, stone cold face that I was putting on for him. And I just immediately just became a mess, and I was still trying to keep my composure, right? But like I could just feel my hands like shaking and stuff, because this is so weird. This guy was a part of like a very important time in my life, high school, right? When I started playing Persona, and Persona, I I address it as being a thing, a property that really changed my life. So being able to see one of the people that was able to make that like transpire, I did. I got really giddy. I got incredibly like, just starstruck, and I couldn't handle it. But, I was talking to him, and he like, he's like, and then he looked at me and he's like, "Yo, what's up?" And like, I was like, "You know what? It's thank you. I gotta say thank you so much for like, voicing Yu Narukami in Persona 4. I'm a big Persona fan, and I loved your performance as him in the game and in the anime. I did Butterball pretty fucking hard. By the way, I guess I should welcome Den Den. I should say the friend that was there, it was her. Um, and yeah, she got to see me just turn into a mess, and it was hilarious. And it's cool because he gave because apparently he has like a band, right? So he gave his CD, because he had like CDs and stuff he could like sign and all that. He gave a CD to her for free, and he really liked her shirt, which was like a Power Rangers thing. Gaslight. I'm not gaslighting at all. I would too, not gonna lie, seeing both the Black Ranger and Yu Narukami from Danganronpa. I didn't know he was in Danganronpa. That's the thing, because he had like his little poster thing behind him showing all the characters he was. Yu Narukami was like a huge part of it. It was like the top left. It was like, and you could just see his face. I'm like, yep, that's him. That's the guy. That's Persona 4 man. But I didn't know he was in Danganronpa at all. Like that threw me for a loop. I'm like, this guy's really done everything. And also like he's in a band, but apparently he was in a short film too. And I'm gonna just like actually no, never mind. But I gotta go spill tea or whatever. Okay, later, Den Den. You have a good one. Bye. But apparently he was in a short film, and that short film was like a sci-fi sort of deal. And he like he not only acted in it, but he also did the freaking like visual effects. So he learned how to do visual effects, and I was like, what the fuck? What does this guy not do? I don't understand. Where everyone cried over characters and I laughed at their misery. Yes, yes, that's probably what Danganronpa is all about. Were there any art booths? Anything that caught your eye? Um, there were a lot of art booths, but I will admit nothing really caught my eye. To be honest, I didn't really see much of anything that caught my eye in terms of booths, except for Johnny Young Bosch. That's the only thing that I really knew. That was the only niche that was fulfilled at the convention because it's more. There was a lot of more American properties there than I'm a big weeb, right? So I don't know nothing about no American stuff. I don't know nothing. I don't know anything about the Avengers. I don't know anything about a Star War. I don't know nothing about an Arrested Development. Nothing. But yeah, just nothing that really tickled my fancy. No, nothing about Power Rangers, none of that. So I was kind of just there for the vibes. Hello, A&D's Adventures. How are you doing? Are you currently having an adventure right now? I am too. I'm in LA. And I'm not in LA at the moment. I'm currently in a hotel in LA. But earlier I was walking around in LA. And yeah, not really much I could talk about outside of meeting the guy, the legend himself. Was Mark Hamill there? No, he wasn't there. That would be cool though. That'd be cool. But I'm pretty sure his booth would be way more packed because, like I said, this was kind of more catered towards more Americanish properties. There is the occasional anime stuff, like, of course, like I said, Genshin Impact cosplayers were there. Oh, and also I ran into this dude who knew what my freaking hoodie was, because I had the Ina hoodie, the Takodachi hoodie, so you can see right there. You could tell it's VTuber stuff, and he was like, "Hey man, nice hoodie." And the weird thing is, like, a lot of people complimented my hoodie. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't think it was gonna be that popular. People were just like, "Hey, nice hoodie. Hey, nice hoodie. Hey, nice hoodie. Hey, nice hoodie." I'm like, thank you. I don't know if you know, but you're complimenting a simp right now. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And it was good vibes altogether. Would I do it again? Maybe. I'd probably do it again, but I won't do it alone because, like I said, unless it's like Anime Expo, where I might know a lot of everything. By the way, I kind of do want to go to Anime Expo because I know they have the Megaton meetup, and I know LaRue is there, and I think didn't Gnarly show up for Anime Expo last year? I might be wrong. I might be on point with that, but I want to do that. I want to do that. Hopefully this year. If not this year, maybe next year. But we'll see. Because I know that's like July 4th. And usually, do they have Gundam toys in Comic Con? Yeah, they have basically everything. They have basically anything you could think of. If you're a nerd, you're a geek, you have some sort of like interest in pop culture, they will most likely have something that caters to your specific niche. Unfortunately, they didn't have anything for me really. No SMT other than Persona. So I was kind of lost. I was just following everyone around, just being like, I'm existing right now. I'm currently, taking steps within this building as I see people purchase things. But I could like I could just like feel the money trying to escape my wallet because that's like mainly what was there, just things that you could buy. And there was like this Game Boy. There was a Game Boy Color like that someone had at their booth, and it was like perfect pristine. It was like a purple Game Boy Color, like the one that I used to have when I was a kid. And I saw that, I was like, ooh, and it was $80. I'm like, ooh. But I didn't buy it, of course, because I'm not crazy. I don't really need it. I have a Game Boy Advance if I really want to play old Game Boy games and stuff like that. There was no VTuber cosplayers, unfortunately, which I thought there would be at least some. Because, like I said, only one person noticed my hoodie, and they mentioned that, like, hey, Takodachi, I'm a fellow Takodachi too. Wow. And yeah, I guess they're not that mainstream yet, unfortunately. Unfortunately, but I know at AX they had a Hololive meetup. So, like I said, you kind of have to go to places where they cater to your niche and stuff like that. I'm gonna take a swig of Mountain Dew really quick because I can feel my mouth just getting dry. Oh, it's gonna get hot in here. Everybody, take off your clothes. Half-Life cosplay? No, no, unfortunately. But yeah, good experience all around. 10 out of 10, maybe would do it again. But anyways, today we are going to be going to round one. So for those who don't know what round one is kind of like an entertainment amusement location with things like games, things like bowling, things like food, and other things like that. And there's also karaoke rooms, and we're gonna go to round one later, and we're gonna play some games. I intend to play some games because I went to round one when I was in Oregon. I guess I should talk about that too, right? I could probably talk about Oregon. Would anyone want to hear me talk about Oregon for like 5 hours or whatever? Um, because I never really extrapolated any information about my Oregon experience and Washington. But I could talk about that since I'm currently doing a vacation right now. And that reminded me about my previous vacation, which was like literally a week ago. Ooh, it's really weird to think about it being that recent. But yeah, round one is in the cards for today. I don't know what else. Probably nothing else because it's going to be like later in the day. I did play Taiko no Tatsujin. I had never played Taiko no Tatsujin up to that point until I went to round one in Oregon, and I played it, and it's pretty fun. If you have it on normal, if you're like a big if you play it on hard, it's way too freaking hard. And I remember me and Daniel, because I went with, I went and Daniel lives there, so we were playing it together. Me and him, we put it on hard, or I put it on hard, because like the thing is that the Taiko no Tatsujin thing they had over there was fully in Japanese, so we could not figure out anything that was going on the screen. And like the little character was just like, yeah, kotamagi tagajina. I'm like, what? Okay, cool. And we kind of just had to fumble through everything. And it looked like it was an older game because they were playing it was on a CRT, right? And you could see there was burning and everything. It was that old, but it still played properly. It still played properly. I have Taiko on my Switch. I'm too poor, so I use the buttons. Hey, that's okay though. That's okay. Honestly, you don't really. I really like when rhythm games like that can offer like more options for people. That's something that kind of bugs me about the recent Guitar Heroes and stuff. That because in Guitar Hero 1, 2, and 3, you could play the game with a controller, right? But once World Tour and stuff like that, like came out, they kind of just dropped that, which I understand why they dropped it, but still, it kind of sucks because some people prefer to play it like that with a controller. And does anybody ever see any? Hey, John Knight, what's up? How are you doing? I'm in LA and I'm talking about my vacay. I use the controller on. You do? You do? What? 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 Really? You're one of the few, but you're one of the few that I want to fight for. I want you to be able to play Guitar Hero with the controller. Hey, Boggy, what's up? How are you doing? I suck at rhythm games. Too many things happening shuts off my brain. Yeah, they do get very difficult to play, especially if you're playing something like Taiko no Tatsujin. Because getting back to that, because you have to use the drum thing, right? And not only do you hit the drum, you hit the side of the drum. And that gets really confusing because sometimes you hit it with just one stick, and other times you hit it with both sticks, and that really throws me off. And the only indicator is when the thing is bigger, when it scrolls past, like, down the screen, and that's how you figure it out. And it's like sometimes in the heat of the moment, like they kind of blend into one thing where it's like it's a big thing and it's a little thing, and you're just like, oh fuck, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, I gotta hit this, and it's so fast. Tomorrow is the last day of January. It is indeed the last day of January, and we're going to be heading into February, which can only mean one thing. It's almost going to be my birthday. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I'm getting old. But yeah, that was my first time playing Taiko no Tatsujin. I enjoyed it. I think I might actually buy one of the drums for, I don't know, maybe. Is there, okay, kind of a weird question to ask, but does anyone know if there's, you know how Clone Hero exists, right? To take over for Guitar Hero. Does anyone know if there's like a sort of equivalent for Taiko no Tatsujin, or is that not the case? Because I feel it's like it's weird, like, simple enough, not weird, simple enough that someone could just make it easily. Taiko Web. Okay, okay. And it's not official or anything. It's just like created by fans and stuff like that. Um because I wouldn't mind getting that. And I'm pretty sure it's like everybody's like found a way, fans made it. Okay, okay, I dig it. I dig it. I'm only asking because I thought Taiko was like a, I don't know what it means, so I don't know if it could be like a registered trademark, but like I thought it was like a registered name or whatever, and that might get them in like, trouble or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know anything about Japanese words. Maybe I'll take a look into it. I got a concussion today. Oh man, Boggy. I hope you take care. Hope you take care. There's a person here who left that you probably know. What? Okay. Anyways, uh, name of the drum. Oh, okay, okay. I get it now. I get it. Thank you so much, Palor. But yeah. Hopefully they have that there. I might check that out. But I want to do karaoke again because we did that in Washington, and it was a lot of fun. That was my first time ever doing karaoke anything. And I want to do it again, this time for much longer because we only did it for an hour. And the weird thing is, the karaoke is kind of strangely set up at round one, where you have to like download this app and stuff like that. And you download the app and then you have to connect to the Wi Fi at round one. Not even the Wi-Fi at round one. It's like Wi-Fi for the device that the karaoke goes through. And figuring all that out took like, I want to say 10 minutes. Uh, and we only had 50 minutes really to actually do any karaoke stuff. So I'm going to do like 2 hours or something, maybe three. It depends on how into it we get. And I feel like we might actually get into it because I like singing. I don't care if I suck, but it's fun. It's just fun being able to sing and like look like an idiot with your friends and all that. And that is the plan for tonight. I'm not a rhythm file, so I can't help you with that stuff. They start speaking moon ruins. That was also like a point of concern too, because like I remember me and Daniel were talking. We were just like, so round one is like Japanese, right? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what if all the karaoke songs are just like Japanese songs? I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even consider that. Imagine full comboing, dude. I can't even imagine that. Imagining that is impossible in and of itself. I can't even like. I can barely beat through the fire and flames on expert, like just normally, just getting like 69 or 70% or whatever. You received good news? Okay, Chemical. I'm happy to hear that. You don't have to share it here if you want, but glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, dude. Welcome, Jer Bear. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming back. How are you? How was everything while you were away? Did you say hi to the kids and all that while I was gone? I only got 11% on it. I definitely did a little bit better than that. I'm not gonna try to like rub it in your face, but like it's still a freaking hard song. It's a hard song. So don't worry, keep at it, and you can do it. I believe in you. I think you just gotta believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, and then anything is possible. But yeah, so round one, and I think tomorrow we're gonna go to Little Tokyo, I believe, and maybe swing by someone's house. Maybe I don't know. It's still up in the air. I'm thinking about it, but that's currently the LA trip as far as I am concerned. But I can talk about Oregon now. Who wants to hear me talk about Oregon? Who wants to hear me talk about Oregon? My organs, cuss me cutting out my freaking organs. Um, so Oregon, I went like a week or two ago, and it was fun. I got on a plane for the very first time in my life, and it wasn't as scary as a lot of people made it seem. Turbulence did hit, but that was only on the way back. And even then, I was like, yeah, man, this ain't shit. Um, but yeah, taking a plane is pretty cool. I like it. It's kind of calming because, when you're in the air, you don't really feel like anything. Say, like, for example, when you're in a car, you could feel the friction from the tires on the road surface. You know what I mean? But when you're in the air, you don't feel any of that. So you kind of feel a lot more at ease. And that's how I felt. And so when me and my friends left, we left like around, I want to say 1:30, or we got ready to leave, but then my friend's car that we were taking to go to LA and drop off at LAX, started to have some troubles. The battery was messing up, right? And so we sat there for like an hour trying to get it all fixed up. We had to call some people. We called like one of my friends brothers to come over here and like take a look at it and check out and see if everything was working. And he was like, it's the battery. And we were like, fuck. And thankfully, my friend's neighbor came out at like it was like really weirdly like timed, right? Because he came out at like 2 something in the morning. And my friend ran over there. He's like, "Can you jump the car, please?" And the guy jumped it, and he was just like, "Yeah, so it was the battery. Sometimes the battery can be like, you gotta fill up the battery." And we're like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, you just gotta like open up the thing and just like pour water in it or whatever into that." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" But I was just like, "Okay, cool." He figured it out. He knows what he's doing. I hope my friend got him a beer because that guy deserves it for being a badass and for saving us like that too. When the plane is landing, you can feel your feet falling. You kind of could. The thing when you land, when you touch down into your destination, you could feel the plane like it feels like the plane's gonna like crash or something. It's just like because it's like you go from smooth flying, smooth sailing in the air, and then you just like land on the wheels, and it's just like it's like and you're like, oh fuck, because you could actually feel the wheels like grinding against the pavement, and you're like, oh, this is not smooth at all. What the hell is happening? And that was the only time I really felt like kind of nervous. Like I knew they knew what they were doing, so it was just like they're not gonna crash at all. But it was just like, ugh, this is very unlike everything else that like I experienced on the plane. And anyways, yeah, so we get to LAX, and I gotta say, later, Aerith, you have a good one. Bye bye. Do you play VR like Rec Room and Beat Saber or VR Chat? I play Beat Saber. I haven't played it a lot recently. I used to play it quite frequently. I want to say like a year ago. And I used it mainly as a means of exercising, and it worked pretty well for me. I lost like 5 pounds in 2 weeks, which maybe not the fastest of losing weight, but considering I didn't really do much exercise outside of that, I have to say that's really good. I gotta get back into Beat Saber though, especially since like I'm starting to get fatter, and I miss it not just for like losing weight and stuff. I just kind of miss playing it in general because it's a lot of fun. It's difficult, but it's fun once you get the hang of it and start to like master the controls and stuff like that. Do you play a lot of VR? Beat Saber and Wii Sports Boxing. Oh yeah, the freaking those are the pillars of exercising, I think, if you're like a nerd or something, outside of like Ring Fit Adventure, which I also want to get. So that way I have a reason to exercise and game at the same time. I could do two things I don't really do that often: game and exercise. I'm just killing two birds with one stone. But yeah, we got to LAX, and I gotta say that was probably the most stressful thing in our entire trip. LAX is just fucking bustling nonstop. There is no chance to just like sit down, except for after you pass TSA, to sit down, stand around, and just take a breather, because it's just like everyone's running around, like like people that are taking planes and stuff like that, people that are working there. Everyone's just like moving things. Everyone's just like yelling all that, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, oh, this is horrible. And then we got to like TSA, right? And like how there's the line, and you're like getting ready, and you gotta put all your stuff in like a little cart, and you have to like put it on like the little treadmill or whatever, and it like goes down the treadmill line, and so I did that. You have to take off your shoes too, and which was a lot of fun because my boots are really really tight. Um, so I took those off and threw them on there, and apparently I forgot to take off my belt, and I also forgot to take out my phone and put it in one of the boxes and stuff. So they ended up frisking me, and that was my first time ever getting frisked, and I wasn't really like uncomfortable or anything. I was like, "Whoa, I'm actually getting frisked? What? What the fuck?" I felt like I was important. I felt like they paid enough attention to me that they're like, "This guy might be hiding a bomb or something in there." And I also made a lot of bomb jokes, and I before that, so I felt like maybe it was karma, like trying to fuck with me, and just be like, you made too many bad jokes. We're gonna touch your dick, and they touched my dick. They touched it many times, and they were just like going like this guy. He was just like he just like got on all like on his knees, and he was just like he took his hand like this. He's like, I'm gonna like touch around your area, okay? Can you spread out? How did it feel? It felt very good. I freaking came when he did this on my ding dong. And he was like, and I could just feel him just like brushing up against it like really hard. And I was like, oh wow, what's going on? I got One Punch Man season 1 Blu-ray. Nice, dude. Nice. I should check out One Punch Man. Isn't wait, who voices One Punch Man? Isn't it Johnny Young Bosch too? Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it Johnny Young Bosch that voices the One Punch Man, the man that punches once? Oh my God! If he actually does voice that, I would be like, oh my goodness! It's all like. But anyways, that's besides the point. So yeah, I got frisked. They touched my ding dong in my butt, and after that, I walked down. They're like, "You're good." And they also threw out my water bottle, and I was like, "Fuck." Because I didn't open that water bottle at all, and I forgot that they don't like when you have like liquids in your bag or stuff like that. And yeah, they threw out. She was just like, "I'm gonna throw this out," and I felt like because I was thirsty and I didn't want to buy anything because buying stuff at the airport is so expensive. They had a McDonald's there, and it cost like $2.50 just so I could buy a soda, and I just wanted to drink water. But whatever. They were probably just scared it was gonna be like a gun in my water bottle or something. Max Middleman is the voice of Saitama. Max Middleman is the voice of Saitama. Okay, I mean I got it the first time, but thank you so much. Ugh. And yeah, and then after that we got there. We finished TSA, and then we just sat down and we waited for like I want to say 2 hours, maybe three, for our plane to get there to get prepared for us to board. And while we were waiting for it like to be ready for us to board, we were bored out of our minds. We were just talking, and while that was cool and all, I was just like getting tired because they hadn't sleep. They hadn't had a chance to sleep. I slept for like an hour. So we were all tired. We could just feel it already. And the first day of getting to Oregon was just it felt like the longest day ever. We were having fun hanging out with Daniel, who lives there, and that's the reason we kind of went so we could go see him. We had fun, but still, it just felt like that day was just dragging on for so freaking long. And I don't even think it was jet lag or anything. I didn't feel that. It was just because I didn't sleep for like an hour. I didn't want to fall asleep while I was there because, like, we still had things to do. We still had plans. And when we got there, we met up with them. We went to Red Robin. We ate and we just chilled out and talked, and it just kind of felt like old times. And then after that, we went to a thing called Top Golf, which for those who don't know what Top Golf is like this weird it's like this thing. It's like this golfing. I don't want to say mini golf because you're actually like, striking the ball and making sure it goes as far as possible, like through the air. Um, but yeah, you basically hit balls into like this green pasture that has like these little things that you can land your balls in. And when you land the balls in there, you get like points. And the little screen like follows the ball and all that. I don't know how it does that. I think they just have like GPS or something, but it follows the balls. Later, Rodrigo, bye. And yeah, and I won a lot, weirdly enough, because I was sucking for a good part of it, but I won quite a bit. And we played the normal Top Golf, which was kind of cool. I kind of preferred that. But there was also this like Angry Birds one where you like hit the balls in a specific way, and you're not really aiming for the points areas. You're kind of just aiming in general, and you aim and you hit it as hard as you can so that way you can like knock down the stuff in like Angry Birds. That was kind of cool. And after that we went to our Airbnb and we like settled down for a bit, and then after that we went to Walmart. And that Walmart, uh, the thing about Portland, Oregon is it's full of like a ton of homeless people. So it felt like no matter where you went, there was like tents of homeless people. It was just like just rows of homeless people down every like street, um, everywhere. It was like homeless country. And we went to that Walmart, and it was just in the front. It was just groups of homeless people just hanging out, and they're just like, "Hey man, what's up?" And we are like, "What? Cool." And joining the homeless people. I'm not homeless. I'm not joining the homeless people. Maybe the Portlandians are homeless people, but I'm not. I'm a Californian dude. I'm too cool to be homeless. Okay. By the way, welcome, Snowy. How are you doing? And then we went in there, and like Daniel made a bit of an off comment, like just offhand comment, but he said that like the freaking security guards there looked like they looked like they were like from the army or whatever. They had like freaking bulletproof vests. They looked like they were SWAT. They had helmets, all that. I'm pretty sure one of them had like an AK-47 or an M16 like stashed somewhere just in case. And looking at that, like I saw the homeless people, but seeing that made me even more worried. I was like, what the hell is going on here? How bad does it get here that they have to be stacked to the nines like that? And but anyways, we got our stuff and then we came back and then we went to bed. And that was the first day. That was the very first day. That was Monday. Tuesday, we ended up going to uh, I think it was a museum. Yeah, it was an airplane museum, and Daniel's dad works there. So he was able to get us in for free, and we were able to check out like, airplanes and stuff. It was more just airplanes through the years. Like the very first airplane, it's like a bunch of sticks with like a leaf to be able to help you navigate through like the air and stuff like that and like catch the wind. Um all the way up to like, World War One or two, those kinds of airplanes. And that was cool. But the cooler thing was we got to go like to this fort, and there was like buildings and stuff that were like actually from the fort back then, like during the 40s or 30s or whatever. And they were like untouched. There was like a lot of like things in there that were from back then, but unfortunately, you could only really go so far because a lot of things were like blocked off. There was like, windows, cordoning everything, from like way back then. But you could still see through the windows and stuff like that and see like what was going on. And you're just like, wow, there was a bed. That bed is really small. Was that for children, or was everybody like back then just really short? Um, that was cool. And after that, we ended up going to Dairy Queen, and that was my first time ever going to a Dairy Queen, right? Never been to a Dairy Queen. Tons and tons of commercials show up on Dairy Queen in where I live, and there's no Dairy Queen in sight. There's none for like 300 miles or whatever. And then I finally got to go to one, and I gotta say, it was okay. The fries I got were okay. They kind of tasted like Jack in the Box, but there was just something missing. Something missing. Not the full crunch. Are you lost at sea? It was like a New York cheesecake kind of blizzard. Uh, our Dairy Queen downtown is deserted. Hey, deserted. I like that. I don't know if you meant to make a pun like that, but I dig it. I dig it. But at least the blizzard was good. Of all things, that was like the one thing I was hoping was good. And hey, they delivered. Then after that, we went to like this like not seaside area, but it was like a port. It was like a port, and there was like boats and stuff like that, I believe. And that was cool. It was really cold, incredibly cold. And after that, we went to a mall in Washington. So that was my first time, like, going to Oregon was my first time ever leaving California. But I did not expect to go to Washington, right? I did not even consider that to be in the cards. But I ended up crossing state lines and going to Washington. I was like, what the fuck? And you could tell, right, that things changed because in Oregon, there's no sales tax. In Washington, there is. So when I purchased something at Washington, I noticed that there was sales tax, and I was like, "Oh shit, hold on, it's barely hitting me right now." Uh, I hate seeing depth in this liminal space of a background. Okay, do you want to see me uh, right here? I could like look out the window right here. All right, there we go. Perfect. The background makes you look like you're in the. It kind of does, right? It kind of does. But yeah, after that we went to the mall, and then we went to round one. After we like walked around the mall, there was some cool stuff, but I was mainly there for round one, and it freaking delivered. It was super cool. It was better than I could have ever expected. It was weebier than I could ever expected. There was games from Japan that were still in the Japanese language, and you couldn't change it at all. And I'm just closing this because this looks like the Persona 4 Street. It kind of does. It's very Snowy. You weren't there. You weren't there when I was talking about Persona 4. I met Johnny Young Bosch, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I don't want to expand upon that because I already talked about that. If you want to hear me talk about it, you could watch the VOD. But it was cool. But yeah, so there was games that were in Japanese. It was really weird to navigate. There were some games that were in English, thankfully. But yeah, the main reason we really went was so we could do karaoke. And we got ourselves a room. We got 1 hour of karaoke. And you get like two mics, and they're wireless mics. And it's cool because the room, while it's not the biggest thing in the world, it's like sizable enough that, like, like it's a pretty big square of a room. There's the TV in the middle, there's a couch in the middle, and it's not a casting couch or anything. And uh, like, so you have to connect your phone. I've talked about this already. You connect your phone to the karaoke thing, and then you can choose your songs through the phone and stuff like that. And I just threw like a bunch of songs that I knew. I threw in All Star. I threw in freaking the Pokemon theme song. I threw in Mr. Brightside, and singing that with my friends and stuff like that was a hell of an experience. Uh, Unlike anything I've ever done before. Even like compared to Rock Band. Rock Band doesn't compare to that. It was just a very interesting experience, and I wanted to do it for a lot longer. And apparently there was kind of some mixed communication because we all kind of wanted to do. Oh, I never even thought about if Ocean Avenue was in there. Hey, maybe when we go karaokeing, me and Denton, should we do a stream? What if I did a stream? What if we did a stream? I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's a possibility. I don't think we're going to be doing that much in terms of yes. Okay, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it. Oh shit, it's 5. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh god, this looks so radioactive. But yeah, so we there was some miscommunication, um, unfortunately, because we all wanted to do it, but I think one of us said something that kind of made it seem like we didn't want to go on for any longer. So we stopped at the 1 hour mark. But even then, we still felt like we kind of did enough songs. But it's just a shame, right, that getting set up took like 10 minutes. So it was like 50 minutes that we really truly had for ourselves. And after that, we left the mall, and it was pretty late. I want to say it was like 11 o'clock. And then no, not Daniel. Wait, oh yeah, we went to Daniel's house, or where he's living at the moment. How does Baja Blast even taste? It tastes like heaven, dude. You gotta try it. You gotta try it. Can we get a you gotta try it in the chat for Doctober? Can we get that for him? Because I think he deserves it. He needs some encouragement to try out the blast, the Baja, because everyone deserves to try out the Baja. Everyone, even you. But yeah, so we left, and then we went to Daniel's house because he had to pick up some stuff. And I got dropped off with Daniel, so I got to hang out at his house. Have you ever heard of the Squiggly Biggly? I haven't, the real Slim Shady, but I've heard about the Slim Shady. And does that mean you're standing up right now? Because you are the real Shady. And if not, can you please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Anyways, as I was saying, we got dropped off. I mean, I got dropped off at his house. I got to hang out. I got to meet his roommate, and I guess they were like they were very Daniel-esque, I should say. They were the kind of roommates I should expect Daniel to have, and it was cool. It was fun. I was like, wow, I'm here. It's not my Airbnb. This is an actual location within Oregon that I live in. And so we got his stuff, and then we drove over, and then I was like, "Oh, dude," because we were driving by a Taco Bell, and I was like, Can you take me to Taco Bell?" And he's like, I don't wanna." I'm like, "Please." And I did like the big sparkly anime eyes. Like I grew my eyes 5 times their size, and they started to like sparkle like in an anime. And I had the little like teardrops, like when he said like, "I don't really want to." I'm like, "But please, senpai." And he was like, "Oh, fine." He said it exactly like that too. And Baja Blast hits different in Oregon. Just to let you know, I think maybe they have a different like recipe or something. I'm just kidding. Can you turn on that lamp to the left? Okay, sure, dude. Sure, I'll do it. There you go. You like? You like how yellow I look? I could also turn on the lamp right here. Hey. So yeah, it was cool. It was cool, and we headed back to our Airbnb, and we kind of just hung out. And Daniel's girlfriend, who went with us, she was one of the other two people that I went on the plane with. She cooked up some food, and it was pretty good. It was pasta, and it was very, very tasty. I enjoyed it quite a bit. She's a really good cook, by the way. I gotta just say it. I gotta just say it. When the background is more appealing than you, it is more appealing than me. See, look, Mountain Dew. Would you really want to look at this, or would you rather look at this? You answer, and don't lie to me. You know what the answer is. Fee frame. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. She's a really good cook. And the next day, I can't even remember what happened the next day. What happened the next day? That was Wednesday, right? Oh, right. It was Daniel and his girlfriend's date night. So we kind of hung out for a little bit. I forgot what we did. What did we do? What did we do? Oh man, I really can't remember. That was only like a week or two ago, and I can't remember. Oh my God. I just remember, okay, I remember when we kind of like split our. Oh, I remember what we did. We went to a place called Multnomah Falls. And Multnomah Falls is within the Oregon area, and it was a very rainy day that day, and basically it's just like a place. It's a very naturey location with a lot of waterfalls. There's like five waterfalls, and bridges and stuff that you could walk along and check out the waterfalls of, and like it was raining a lot, so of course the waterfalls were way more powerful. There was a lot more current being generated from that. So it made it the site even more beautiful. Like it was beautiful enough, but seeing like just all that water rushing down the mountain, it was a nice sight to see. And I was gonna say, dang, wait, maybe I. No, I don't. I don't have it. Because I had some souvenirs in one of my bags, and I was intending to give them to my brothers, but I haven't seen them, so I haven't had a chance to get rid of them. But I don't think any of them have like the picture of Multnomah Falls. Check it out. Look it up, by the way. It's a really cool location. And then after that, we ended up going back to the Airbnb, and then Daniel and his girlfriend, they split ways from us, and me and my other friend, which is Nefty, by the way. It was Nefty. We went to what was called the Washington Square Mall. We went there because my cousin, who lives in Oregon, he recommended it as a place to go check out. And it was a really cool place. It was a humongous mall. It was like we walked in, and like everything looked like it was made of marble. It looked like I was in a Greek bathroom or something like that. And we walked in, and we were just like, "Oh man, we're kind of freaking hungry. Uh, let's go to the Cheesecake Factory," which was coincidentally there. And I have never been to the Cheesecake Factory. If for those who haven't been to the Cheesecake Factory, it's basically just this very upscale. I wouldn't say upscale. It's just because it's just like it's almost in the guise of an upscale restaurant. Because what kind of upscale restaurant would be called the Cheesecake Factory? Like when I think of that, I think of like the most like rundown area in like I don't know, a town or a city, and there would just be like a tiny building with a little sign scribbled in like graffiti called the Cheesecake Factory. But no, it was pretty upscale. Do they serve cheesecake? Unfortunately, no. You would think they would. I'm just kidding. They do serve cheesecake. They have a lot of different cheesecakes, by the way. But we went there and we reserved a table, and while we were waiting for it to, become available, we kind of just walked around a little bit, and we just, checked out the stores and stuff like that. Hey, dumb user, what's up? I'm currently in La. I'm currently in La of California, and it's nice. Did I turn this thing on with my foot? There's no buttons around there, right? But anyways, my feet are so powerful that even machinery just like quivers within like my general vicinity. It's okay. There we go. Do they serve factories? That they do. It's about $1,000 per factory though, so you got to make sure you got that before you walk into the doors. But we did that, and like after we felt that our table was ready for us, we went back to the Cheesecake Factory, and we got ourselves a seat. And I know like talking about the Cheesecake Factory probably isn't the most interesting thing in the world, but what is the most interesting thing in the world is, oh, by the way, Den, you're here. You're in chat. I thought you were busy right now. Hmm? You're not here already, are you? You got foot pics. I know. Yeah, you're welcome. By the way, you didn't have to. You didn't have to. Pay for that. You're welcome. I know it's my birthday pretty soon, but I just wanted to give everyone a gift, and I'll make it something nice like that. Look at that. Did you get a cheesecake? Yes, but that's kind of skipping pretty far down the story. Anyways, me and my friend Nefty, we got a seat, and it was a pretty okay seat. It could have been better. I wish it wasn't in a booth, but it was one of those seats where it's just like there's like because it's like kind of like a quasi booth, right? One half was like in a booth, and the other half was like a chair. Nefty got the chair, I got the booth. So I was the woman in that instance, because I know how it's like joke where it's just like in these types of tables, there's a person running. Where are they going? Well, they ran. Speed limit is 5. They were going pretty fast. I hope they don't get pulled over. I wish the best for them. I know the LA cops are pretty hardcore, so I don't want to see anyone get like beat up right now. Also, off topic, but when we were driving home from the place that we were at yesterday, we saw like a shit ton of cops. So I think there was like a chase or something, or something. Something was happening in LA. But we just saw cop after cop just like crossing through this one intersection that we were waiting at. And there was like, and it was kind of concerning because I know that there's a lot of like car chases in LA. So we're just like, is it gonna like come through here or something? Because I've seen critical like comment on those car chases. I'm like, damn, they kind of don't fuck around the people that are like driving from the police. I wouldn't want them to like crash into us and stuff like that. But anyways, tangent aside, yeah, we were in the Cheesecake Factory and we were sat and then we were just hanging out. We were doing our thing, just talking, me and Nefty, just catching up, being cool guys because, since, Daniel and his girlfriend were with us, we couldn't really, because of course we have to talk to everyone, right? We don't want to just talk between me and him. So yeah, we were just like hanging out and stuff like that. And, unfortunately for me, and I guess maybe not unfortunately, more fortunately for him, I have the unusual tendency of being able to make him laugh just with like the most barest of minimums, right? I could say literally any stupid thing, and Nefty will just burst up laughing and just like and the way he laughs is like it's charming, but he like laughs really loud. It reminds me a lot about my Thea, and so unfortunately, when we're talking, uh, he was just laughing the whole time. I couldn't say literally anything, and sitting next to us and the tables. I've got to mention the tables, at least the ones that we were at. They were like really like not too far separated from each other. So we were in a table, and here, let me give you a better example. Table was right here. This is the one that we were at. And then there's another table just like right there. There's like a small space right here. They were very close to each other. So we were like right next to this other couple that was sitting next to us. And for a little bit, because we were getting ready to go, right? Me and him. And like we had like this bag that was on that table, and then like when they came to like sit at that table, I guess like the server had cleaned stuff up, so we were asking them. They were just like, we were just like, hey, did you see like a bag that we were needing because we were gonna like get our stuff and put it in there, like our food, our leftovers. And they're like, no, not really, but we'll keep an eye out for you, man. If we get any bags, we'll let you have one. So we thought that that couple was nice, but me and Nefty, we were just talking it up still, and we were just hanging out because why not? We were having fun, and as time went on, because of how loud Nefty laughs, and just because of how much I make him laugh, because it was just unending laughter. He, the guy that was sitting there, the guy, that was sitting next to us, I think he was starting to get pissed off because occasionally he would make like these really offhand like comments, like side comments when he thinks we're not listening, or maybe he's trying to say it so that way we might hear it and like take it to heart or whatever. But he'd say shit like God, I can't fucking talk around here, and like just they're just so loud. I like I'm trying to speak, but they're just shit so loud right now. I wonder why. And like he's just saying all this random stuff. It was very boomer, like boomer dialogue. It was stuff that you would hear like in a freaking like TV show trying to show like how stuffy an individual is. And I remember this one point where it was there was a bit of a lull in our conversation where we were just eating, me and Nefty, and then the guy next to us, he raised his voice, and he was like, "So anyway, I raised like 75,000 in stock, and then like while he was talking, Nefty just started laughing because I said something like he was talking, he was like, anyway, blah blah blah. And then Nefty was like, ha 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 ha, and he just like drowned them out and stuff. And it was like I could hear this guy like to the side right there. I wasn't really paying him any mind, but I would occasionally hear him talk, and like it was just so funny, and like I felt so bad, but at the same time, like this guy was being such a dick. He could have like asked us to be more quiet, and I could have said something. I could have said something to him or to Nefty or whatever, but I thought it was funny fucking with this guy. And then I remember there was a specific moment where Nefty was just like he was commenting on how loud he was being with his laughter. And he was like, I think I'm like the loudest person here. And then the guy next to us who was just like, yeah, you really are. You really are. And I was like, oh my fucking God. I didn't say that, of course, but I was just thinking, I'm like, you fucking God, why? Wow. Um, and then near the tail end, when we were getting ready to leave, we were getting up and stuff like that. There was like the guy who was talking to somebody. I don't know if it was his like girlfriend or wife or whatever, but he was talking to somebody. He was just like, I can't talk. It's like, it's the table behind us. And he wasn't really like, he wasn't talking about the table behind us. He was like motioning towards our table. And I was like, at that point, I'm like, fuck, whatever, fucking, I don't care. Like, if he had said something, if he'd had asked us to be quiet and stuff like that, we would have probably been quieter. But just the fact that he was making like these stupid little offhand comments and all that, and expecting us to like stop because of that, it just made me want to like just keep being louder and stuff like that. But anyways, we ended up leaving, and that was our little adventure at the Cheesecake Factory. And I know I'm kind of a dick for letting it go on as long as it did, but at the same time I'm kind of glad I did because it was so fucking funny just seeing that or hearing that guy start to fume. I had never seen anything like that. I had never been a part of anything like that. So I guess I'm a dick, but I guess I'm proud to be a dick, if you know what I'm saying. And then after that, we ended up going home, and then we just like just chilled out, relaxed, and I think my friends watched Spirited Away. But I wasn't watching because I had already seen it. I was just like, I'm gonna do something else, blah blah blah. Then we slept, and then the next day we ended up going to the beach, Cannon Beach, and it was a really nice area. And the way over there, it was like we were driving through like a lot of green. There was a lot of trees and stuff. We were driving through forests. We were seeing like fog. If any one of you guys have seen uh, my stories and stuff like that, you probably saw that, and it was nice. Later, Snowy. You have a good one. Bye bye. Thank you for stopping by. And yeah, a lot of greenery. It was nice. It was very different from California, where everything is yellow. And yeah, and then we eventually got to the beach, and it kind of reminded me a lot of like Pismo Beach here in California, where it's like a small beach town, Cannon Beach, with almost no like big name like stores that you could think of. It was all local, which I kind of dig. But at the same time, I don't because there was like no gas stations. We had to drive up like not far, but we had to drive out of the little town to get to like a gas station because we were like low on gas. And yeah, we were there for maybe not even an hour because we had gotten there pretty late. We got there at like maybe 3, and sunset starts at like 4. So we got there, we were hanging out, and then it just started to get dark like pretty quickly, and we, we ended up leaving, and then I think we just went back home. I think that's all we did the whole day. We just went to the beach on Thursday, and that was it. That was like our whole, because it was like a 2-hour drive, right? It was a 2-hour drive to get there, and it was a 2-hour drive to get back. So, there was really not much we could do. This is a Persona stream. It's not a Persona stream. I talked about Persona earlier, though. I did talk about it. So maybe I guess you could say it kind of was a Persona stream. That wasn't meant to happen. But hello, handsome Kuma. How are you doing? By the way, gotta ask, are you talking about Kuma from Persona 4? Or are you talking about Kuma from Danganronpa? I've gotta ask. I gotta ask. Did you know about what exactly? Oh, you weren't there. I met Johnny Young Bosch at Pasadena Comic Con, and I basically just like made a fool of myself because I fanboyed too hard, and I'm pretty sure he was able to tell. But yeah, that's what happened. Mainly Persona related. Yeah, really, really, and it was cool. It was fun. It was nice. He gave us a CD for free of his band. He gave it not to me. He gave it to Den Den because she had a Power Ranger shirt, and I guess I don't know. I don't know. Like she's pretty, I guess, and I'm not that pretty. So of course he didn't want to give me anything for free. He was like, "Oh God, it's the Persona." He's a Persona fan. Ill, gross. Also, maybe he's the guy that did the Persona video. You're also in LA? What's up, Apollo? How's it going? What part of LA are you in? I was in Pasadena yesterday. I'm not in Pasadena right now. It's the baby guy. Oh my god. Oh my god. If he actually would have said that, I would have probably just melted. Or I probably would have just passed out. One of the two. One of the two. They're both embarrassing situations that it could have been, but it would have happened. It would have embarrassed me nonetheless. But yeah, that's what happened persona related. And then Friday of Oregon, we ended up going back to the mall that we went to for round one, and we just kind of hung out there. There really wasn't that much time to just like do anything, because our plane we had to go to the airport around three. But thankfully, the airport in Portland was way more chill, less people, less bustling. TSA was less of a pain in the ass. They didn't frisk me just because I had my phone or whatever, which thankfully I didn't. But I did have my watch, which I forgot to take off. So they were just like, "Yeah, you got a watch right there. Oh shit. Okay. All right, cool. You're good to go." They didn't see that, and they're like, "All right, we got to stick our fingers in your butt." I'm like, "What? No, please don't." It was way more chill, and we got on the plane. And like I said, the plane going back, there was a little bit of turbulence, so it was a little worrisome for some people. But I didn't really care too much because I didn't really feel as bad as like some people make turbulence seem. There's probably worse turbulence, but near El Monte. I won't say exact. Yeah, please do not say the exact city. Do not dox yourself. It's not worth it, especially in my streams. If you're gonna dox yourself in the coolest way possible. Go on like a Mr. Beast stream or like a Germa stream and be like, I live in LA, and then give the coordinates, and everyone's like, oh, cool. Now we know where you're at. And then they throw like a party for you. Don't dox yourself, please, Polar. I beg of you. But yeah, Friday was pretty uneventful. We went back to LA, and then we ended up going back to my city to drop me and Daniel's girlfriend off. Kaylee, I should say. Why am I calling her that? Like, she's been in the streams. Everyone knows who she is. Uh, yeah, and then we ended up eating at Denny's. And after that, I got dropped off. And then the next day, I ended up going to a party with Den Den, and it was this party for this guy who was the coordinator of the Pasadena Comic Con that I went to yesterday, and his house was like really cool. I won't say exactly where he lives, but his house was super cool, and it was apparently featured on a Netflix show about toys and stuff like that. I forgot what it was called. It was like toys something. The toys are here. The toys are back. The boys are back. The toys are back in town. Something along those lines. But apparently he's that big of a guy, and his house was like full of like games, toys, mainly toys from like the '80s and stuff like that. So stuff I didn't really know. And I'd never met the guy. Toys That Made America. About the Netflix thing, maybe. I don't have Netflix, so I personally can't check for myself. But something along those lines. It probably was that. I'll just take your word for it. But yeah, it was a small house, but it was filled to the brim with stuff. There was pinball machines, there was arcade machines, there was a huge TV screen, there was a Switch, PS4, tons and tons of memorabilia. Apparently, there was like screen props too from like TV shows and movies, and some of them that we didn't even get to see because he had them in like storage or something like that. And the guy's house was basically just like decked to the nines with the whole house was a gamer cave, dumb user. It was just gamer house everywhere. Even the bathroom had like authentic vintage like toys from the 80s and stuff like that. Some of them still in their package, and I was like, "Damn, you went to that extent. Like you got to have some serious fuck you money, I think." And the guy was pretty cool too. He was really chill, and he was just like walking around and just like saying hi to everybody, and I dug that. And got to meet some more people who apparently were at Pasadena Comic Con and worked there. It was cool. It was cool. I felt like I'd actually belonged somewhere. I felt like, I was being initiated into this cult this cult of people who are a bunch of nerds and stuff like that. And unfortunately, I wasn't the sacrifice. It was some random person. His name was like David. We actually sacrificed him on top of the Pac-Man cocktail cabinet. We stabbed him. We opened up his intestines, and we just spilled out everything that was in them. It was nice. It was cool. 10 out of 10. Would sacrifice again. But that happened literally the day after I got back from Oregon. So I had like no rest at all. No rest at all. I had to call out of work those days. Uh, and yeah, so that leads us to now when I'm in LA. And oh shit, it's already been an hour and 30. I think I'm probably going to call it here because I wasn't expecting the stream to go on for this long. But does anyone want to ask anything? Does anyone have any questions, any comments, concerns? Please speak now or forever hold your peace. Like I always say, because I don't know when Den Den's gonna get back, so I don't want to keep going while she comes back and stuff, because we have to go to round one, and I don't want us to go too late. Have I played Alien Isolation? I haven't, but I got it for free from Epic Game Store, and I would love to play Alien Isolation. It looks scary, and I've kind of been on a horror game streak lately. Like I played Resident Evil 2, the remake, and that game kicks all kinds of ass. I can't believe it took me this long. Um, but I played that recently, and I beat it. I beat Leon's story. I haven't played Claire yet, but I dug it. I dug it a lot, and I'm glad that it took me this long to play because I know they did the ray tracing update. Yes, right? RE2. It kicks so much ass. Live stream it with mic detection? No way, dude. No way. Anyways, I think I'm going to end it here. So, y'all have a good one. Thank you for hanging out with me, all 11 of you. I appreciate it. I did not expect anyone to want to listen to me ramble and talk about just like garbage that happens in my day to day life. I did not know I was that interesting. Come to my place. I have meat soup. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. What kind of meat soup? Is it chicken soup? Chicken noodle soup? But yeah. All right. Maybe we might stream the karaoke. I'll see. I'll think about it. But yeah. Bye bye. See you later. Well. Whip.